How can I sleep at a time like this? Oh, it must be a panic reflex, I guess. Yep, panic. Panic? Panic! I'm panicking! I'm panicking! Panic button! Wow, Plankton got big! And he's got SpongeBob! Oh no! What am I gonna do? Think! Nope, no thoughts today. Mermaid Man!
What's all the noise? I'm trying to nap.
I'm Starfishman! Can we team up? Can we?
That's right, Ray. I'm here in downtown Bikini Bottom, covering events live as they happen.
That's right, folks. We are back as Starfishman again, and we're actually doing things this time, instead of just riding around on a rocket. But doing things, I guess, is kind of a stretch, because the vast majority of what we're going to be doing in this section is just fighting enemies. That's pretty much how it was in the last one, which I didn't really talk about much, but yeah, the thing with this game is, I don't know, I don't think there was enough depth to a lot of the gameplay stuff for this ending to really feel like much, because I don't think I fuck it up a bunch in this segment. I mean, I hope not. I'm sure I died at least once, I think. But so I feel comfortable in saying that this isn't really a hard ending to the game. These last few sections here. So I don't know. All they can really do is just throw enemies at you and have you press buttons and do the things. That's the problem when all your gameplay is just attack the people and press the buttons and collect the things. Which I guess you could also say is true for Battle for Bikini Bottom and such, but in a different way. I don't know. Remember when I started this LP and I said I hoped that I would come out of it with a more positive opinion on it? Well, that didn't really happen. What I did get was, I think I better understand and can better articulate the things that I do and don't like about this game. But I don't hate it, and I'll almost definitely play it again at some point. I had no idea what was going on here, and yeah, this enemy just spawned there and didn't do anything the whole time. Not really sure why. But yeah, you're on the rooftops. This part is called Rooftop Rumble, and you do this, essentially. And before we get too far in the video, I also wanted to apologize for the lateness of this one. This one's going to be going up pretty late at night. Not that this matters to anyone watching this after the day that it's uploaded, but yeah, I also apologize for the delayedness of the last one and that there was no open season on Thursday. And oh yeah, this is pretty funny. When these, I cut them out just for time's sake, but when they have the like transitions, the loading transitions with the black screen before those little bits, you can like see the outline of Patrick and like the zooming shapes behind him in the blackness, if that makes any sense. Now I kind of wish I had left it in there so that you could see what I'm talking about, but hopefully that makes sense. And I wonder why that happens. It's kind of like when you turn a TV off after you've had something on screen for a long time, and then that thing is like burned onto the screen, but it's not the screen, it's like in the actual ROM itself, and it's before it shows up, so I don't really know what the deal is. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, I missed Friday with part 12 and had to put it up on Saturday, and I missed putting open season up on Thursday, and I still haven't recorded that, and the reason is because I've been busy with work. I have a job now, and I actually may be getting another job soon, And so I'm gonna have to figure out how I, divvy up my time, because, I want to have time for work, I want to have time for the YouTubes, both of the YouTubes that I do, and also for myself and my own enjoyment, and so I'm gonna have limited hours to do all those things, but hopefully I can figure it out. But anyway, yeah, it's just like, today was a long-ass day at work, so I didn't get home until late, and then I wanted to have what really was my lunch, but I had it at 6 o'clock, and then I wanted to chill out, and I, have house stuff to take care of on the weekends, and then the Oscars were this weekend, and fucking Parasite won Best Picture, hell fucking yeah. And it was just a lot. So, that's why I didn't upload on time. Just a mix of work and having other stuff to do and wanting to get things in under the wire. Still have a bunch of stuff that I want to try to do in the coming weeks before I get this new job, and we'll see how those go. But anyway, yeah, this is an incredibly repetitive, I suppose you could call it a boss fight. And yeah, what the fuck is Plankton doing? He's just hanging on to the building and smiling. And when you hit one of his hands, he just, like, keeps it off of there. This ending bit is also kind of undercut by the fact that, as I've pointed out before, like, the animations are just so, like, sparse and weird in this ending part of the game. Like, everything's very thrown together feeling, even more so than usual. But, alas. This is a very random thought, but I just thought of it. In thinking about SpongeBob stuff, I was thinking earlier in the LP I talked a little bit about, what did I talk about? Oh, the fucking, like, I think it was SpongeBob 100 episodes, or the one where they had a contest where they had people vote for their favorite episodes. The other marathon I have a vivid memory of was the Best Day Ever marathon, which was all in the lead up to the Best Day Ever episode, which they hyped for, like, I swear, over a month. And I don't know what the thought process was behind that episode. I guess, like, the Best Day Ever song was first on the SpongeBob movie soundtrack, and I guess people just thought it was fucking awesome, and, they wanted to make a whole episode about it. And of course, it's about his day sucking ass, of course. But, yeah, they hyped it up for a month, and they did a marathon of every SpongeBob episode up to that point. For a normal, it's an 11-minute episode. And, like, 6 minutes of it are just spent singing, like, the same few stanzas of the Best Day Ever song over and over again. And there were a lot of such SpongeBob events then that were just very underwhelming to me. I remember the Dunces and Dragons episode was similar in that regard. And is it me, or is the perspective on where that Sleepy Seed is very off? It's above, like, this pipe that I just stupidly fell off of, and I'm about to fall again. Well, no, I'm about to get killed by the poop gas, which apparently kills you in one hit. Literally has never been a thing at any other point in the game, but cool. But yeah, Sleepy Seed looks like it's on top of the fan to me, or at least it did when I was playing. But yeah, the Dunces and Dragons one I remember, maybe I had no reason to be disappointed. Maybe it was all just me hopping around like a dumbass. I thought that it was going to be a TV movie because SpongeBob had never had a TV movie before, and at that point, other than the movie, this was like the SpongeBob thing that had the most promotion behind it, including a whole Burger King toy line, which I realized in hindsight made no fucking sense because it was all supposed to be themed around SpongeBob going back in time, and so it was like, it was a line of like 24 of them, of SpongeBob, just plastic figurines, and it was just SpongeBob in different outfits, and it was supposed to be different outfits from different time periods, but they included like a Mountie and the Statue of Liberty and a safari guy and like Outback SpongeBob and like all of these things that are just geographical or like cultural stereotypes and not periods of time. Like, what time period is the Statue of Liberty from? But, I got a bunch of those bitches at Burger King. I didn't like Burger King growing up. I was McDonald's gang. I still think that there's a difference between the two. I mean, I don't know why there wouldn't be. I remember when I was a kid, I would say, like, oh, I don't like Burger King burgers. I like McDonald's burgers better. I think they taste better. And people would be like, there's no fucking difference. It's just the same thing. It's like, well, no. They're two different places. Like, yeah, it's the same kind of thing, but they, like, make it differently, and it's in a different place, so I don't know. Anyway, but I didn't like Burger King, but my mom would always get sodas at Burger King on her way to work, and she'd usually get a meal for one of my other siblings, because this was back when I lived with my other siblings, and, they would come with a toy, and so she would ask for the SpongeBob toy, and I remember she would ask me every day before she left. She was like, what SpongeBob toy do you not have, so I can get you one that you don't have, because it was a waste if she went there and it was one that I already had. I told her, and I amassed like a good dozen or so of them, and I think I've lost most of them, but about 7 or 8 of them are still in a big bin of my old toys, like a big storage bin in my closet in my old bedroom at my parents' house right now. So, along with my mountains of Legos, I have a lot of Lego bricks to my name, but I don't know what to do with them, because on the one hand, I used to be like a big Lego head, and I still love Legos, and on the very rare occasion that I play with them, I have a great old time, because it's a very simple pleasure. I like putting the clicky clacks together, and then when they're done, the thing looks cool, and it's nice, and then you can look at it. Or if it's like a actual set with figurines and stuff, you can play with it, and that's cool. So yeah, I was a big Lego head, hence why I have a bunch of Legos. But right now, I don't really have, first of all, the money, because Legos are expensive as shit, which was the predicament that plagued me when I was a kid, too, because I would want all the big boss sets. Because, you know, they go roughly by, like, $10 per 100 pieces. And so I was getting a lot of, you know, in a good year for my birthday or Christmas, I would get, like, the 400 or 500 piece ones, because those were, like, the $50 ones. But after I made a bunch of those, I was like, well, I want some of these big dudes, like, these, like, 1,500 piece ones, but those are, like, $150. And my mom was like, no way in fucking ass hell am I paying $150 for fucking Legos for you. And, like, can't blame her. But, so I never got to build, like, the Death Star or any of those other guys. And I just thought that was a huge travesty when I was, like, 12. I was like, I deserve them. But, now I even want, like, the $30 or $40 ones would be nice. But it's even a little tight for me to just be doing that. So, when I have, if/when I secure some kind of more reliable income, Not that my income right now isn't reliable, it's just not that big. You know, I have some surplus in my life, whenever that's gonna fucking happen. Yeah, see, the animation makes all the bits really awkward. Like, I was gonna comment at the beginning that when Patrick... I really like the voice work on Patrick in this, but the animation is just not lively enough to match up with the emotion in the voice. And yeah, you ready to do very similar thing again? I do like how you can just barely make out it still has the old film, like, scratches and spots. It's an interesting, like, aesthetic choice. I like it. But yeah, I think I got a little off track, but, the Burger King toys, they had all, like, 24 Burger King toys. This is a big fucking deal, and it ended up being just a 20-minute special, and it also kind of sucked. And I remember when I watched it, I was all bummed, and I turned the TV off after it was done, and I went out in the other room. My mom was like, "It's over?" Because I was hyping it up the whole time. I was like, this is gonna be fucking awesome, medieval times. And they also showed so many clips in all the previews. Like, they showed, like, 3 different clips for each character, like, medieval version of every character in the special. And so I was like, oh man, like, this must have a bunch of stuff that they aren't even showing. And then it just turns out, no, you've just seen all of the punchlines of all the jokes in every scene of the movie if you've seen all the commercials, or of the episode, I'm sorry. And then, of course, when we finally do get a SpongeBob TV movie, it's fucking Atlantis SquarePants, which is garbage. As is the video game. Maybe one day I'll do a Let's Try of the Atlantis SquarePants video game. I do not want to hold myself to doing an entire complete playthrough of it because it's not a fun game to play. Like this, I have a lot of problems with this game, but I at least enjoy myself when I'm playing through it for the most part, and it's fun to talk about. But Atlantis SquarePants, the whole time, my commentary would just be like, okay, yeah, here's this level, it's annoying, I don't like playing it, and there's no fun in that. But it might be fun to show on for, like, one video, so maybe I'll do it sometime. Or I'll stream it, because it's fun to bitch when, like, you have people with you, and it's live, and you got other stuff you can talk about, and you're not just, you know, like, hello, welcome to Let's Play a game I don't even fucking like talking about. It's just a dumb idea. Yeah, but those two, the best day ever hype and the hype for Dungeons and Dragons, when you came down from those, they really, like, underwhelmed me. So did the Truth or Square special, honestly. That one was hyped up quite a bit, and I was pissed off by that too. I was also pissed because they teased that they would do the, like, fan service, I suppose, thing where they would make SpongeBob and Sandy have a relationship, and then you watched the episode and it was all just a fucking ruse.
Patrick, old pal, but it looks like we've made it to Shangri-La.
Not Shangri-La, mein peripherous friend, but a manifestation of your nocturnal subconsciousness.
Extremely abrupt and awkward transition. Anyway, next time will be the last thing of the game, and we'll find out what the fuck all that's about, so see you then for that.